beginning, through him, and without him, nothing was made that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. And this is Jesus that John is speaking about. That he's saying all things were made through him. All things were made through Jesus. And without him, nothing was made that was made. So all the things in life that we are trying to do, that we are trying to achieve, cannot be achieved without Jesus. That is every reason as to why we should put our expectations in him. Philippians 4 verse 13 says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. You can do all things through Christ. Therefore, it only makes sense to put your hope and your expectation in Christ. Jesus has never failed. He has never failed mankind, just as the Impact Praise and Worship team were singing. He's never failed. And when we look through the Gospels, we see instances where people put their hope in Jesus and he never failed them. We look at the centurion servant in Luke 7. This is a centurion who was wealthy, who had authority. The guy had servants. But even though he had all of that, he still put his hope in Jesus when his servant was dying. And he sent his servants and his friends to tell Jesus, just send your word and my servant will be healed. He didn't put his hope in the money that he had. He didn't put his hope in the authority that he had. He put his expectation in Jesus. We see it again, the woman with the issue of blood. This is a woman who had an issue for 12 years. 12 years. And she was putting her hope in physicians, in doctors. And I don't know if you've ever put your hope in the NHS before. But the way the NHS is now, sometimes even to get an appointment, you'll be disappointed. And this is a time where they didn't have the NHS. So imagine the disappointment she would have experienced. 12 years of going from doctor to doctor, doctor here, doctor there. But after the 12 years, the issue was still ongoing. And she decided to put her hope in Jesus. She said, if I can just touch the hem of his garment, I'll be healed. Her hope was healing, which activated her faith and caused her to touch the hem of his garment. So the touching the hem of his garment was her faith, was the evidence of her faith. But actually, she had a hope that she will be healed. She put her hope in Jesus Christ. Don't put your expectations in man or in woman. Put your expectations in Jesus. If you're looking for a husband and you're believing God for marriage, put your expectations in Jesus and not in what Kwame or Kofi will come and tell you. I was saying to the first service that I saw something yesterday about Christian chat-up lines where someone said to a girl that there's no English word to describe your beauty. So when I see you, I have to speak in tongues. And if you don't take care, you will put your hope in those words. You will put your hope in those lies that when a guy says to you, oh, I'll do anything and everything for you. You will believe him and then your expectation is in him so that when you're disappointed, you lose hope. And then now even coming to church becomes a struggle. Praying becomes a struggle. Why? Because you've now lost faith. Because you put your faith in a guy who was telling you lies. Don't put your faith or your hope, rather, in man or in woman. Don't put your expectations in a political party. Don't think to yourself, oh, times have been tough with conservatives. So when Labour comes into power, things are going to be nice. Our parents have always been screaming Labour, Labour, Labour. So when we come, they're going to show us favour. Don't think that, because politicians, they will tell you what you want to hear when they're campaigning. And they may not be able to meet all those expectations when they get into power. And you may be disappointed. I've got a cousin in Ghana who had his hope in a particular party, a particular political party, and they didn't come into power. And every time I ask him, Kweku, how are you? I'm surviving. Kweku, how are you? I'm surviving. Every day.